is, giving that advantage to the advantage player.
Mhm. Gotcha. Yep. Again, all the rules, they did finally release about 2 weeks ago a tournament structure rule set too, to for how many rounds you play and everything like that. So if anybody's curious about how these tournaments decide who wins tiebreakers and whatnot like that, or how many rounds you go to, that is available on the official Jasco site, mhacardgame.com. And we're heading into the first round of each, the building round for our Red Riot Games final, as we check out Tokoyami versus Nomu coming out here. Four built for Tokoyami, pretty average, and he did get too strong in darkness, so he will be able to play that game of exactly how much damage he wants to do. But it looks like Nomu does pretty average for himself too. Only three, nothing too great, nothing too bad. So we're gonna really see these decks at what they do. No good
Oh,
luck, no bad luck so far.
yep, for sure. So far, it's looking pretty bog standard. Good old classic UES. Nothing too fancy going on. Tokiyami getting first trident punch with a crow and frog takedown coming right out.
I mean, that card has really put some wheels on this deck. It's an extra attack on a lot of turns. Looks like his first enhance, he's going to be drawing a card, actually, using it up right now instead of waiting for the kill turn because he knows the early game is so important. He can't let Nomu just start punching away. He's
Yep.
got to get the damage in. He will falter and die eventually.
Yeah, the later this game goes, the worse off it really is for most Tokiyami game plans, and especially when you're on Fire Tokiyami here. It's gonna be very painful very quick, and he also can see already that because of the, someone with style being put out there and glamorous, Nomu's on death,
Yep. So
and
then,
go
yep,
ahead.
just seeing Latent Seal came out to put the Dark Shadow in the bin so that when he used Tokiyami's power, he knew for sure he had a Dark Shadow to come back and, really, get net some card advantage on that even trade for Leighton.
Yeah, it's not really an even trade when you can stack things directly into your discard pile that you wanna pull back
Yeah,
later, so
basically, he discarded 2 and drew 3.
Yep,
That's what ended up there. Crow and Frog Takedown also uncommits any card, not any foundation that hasn't been uncommitted. So he's
correct.
able to ready Tokiyami again. Looks like a 1 high block coming out here, so maybe able to full block this. But you know what? More attacks coming, you know,
Nope, definitely was a full block there, but say hello to Ruin.
Ruin coming in, just powering out already. Got the +1/+1. Hey, gets +2 damage so far, bubble plus the 3. So
Yeah, it just used its bottom enhance right now. Um, didn't use the stun. Yeah,
didn't
because it has
use
to
it
get it.
yet, no, but
Yeah, it has to get it from the third, but the stun here. Okay, I was gonna say, what are you stunning here is gonna be the actual question, but it looks like the
any
attack just
card.
gonna get pushed through. It looks like it was Glamorous was took the stun and just some
Unfortunately, he
damage to
wasn't able to
push.
commit his character, so he wasn't able to add anything to it to try for the commit. But he had a foundation to just commit and turn it back down.
Yep,
So does get though that early momentum and start in on that big health and still leave plenty of defense. And he's got Tokiyami up and available so that he can get this Summon Dark Shadow back on his opponent's turn.
yep. And Summon Dark Shadow on the opponent's turn is a fantastic card for blocking. So a little bit more defense as well as offense at the cost of a little bit of your deck.
Yeah, you can use the enhance for the +3 if you want and commit your character to start subtracting some damage from the attacks.
Mhm.
Or, I mean, yeah, you can also just use it as a 2 plus mid block. It's not bad because you can get it back.
Oh, we
Looks
got
like
the
a
glare on
Merciless
that.
coming
I
out.
was saying, it
That
looks like Merciless to me, but it's a lot of
unfamiliar with
glare.
unfamiliar with Nomu's death cards. That's a Merciless.
And like exactly as you said there is 5 cards from the top of the disc or for the top of the deck going straight to the discard, and a Summon Dark Shadow being brought back right to hand.
Yep. Here's an Evil Gaze. He's feeling confident. He's gonna start chipping away at some of Nomu's foundations here. Three foundations, pretty good. Two really starts to limit Nomu as to what he can do for the turn, but he's going to go ahead and flip something so he has something to sack.
Yep. I was flipping glamorous, so
Yeah, unfortunately, Evil Gaze does let your opponent pick what's out, so down to two foundations, but just going to go play foundations to even this
yep.
back up. Um,
Agitation, first day of class, and calling it there.
Now he did get two health out of Tokoyami by making him use that Evil Gaze. Whether that's going to be relevant or not will remain to be seen. But they're at least every play is forcing something out of your opponent. Nobody's getting a free block, a free anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. We do see. So what's he got available this turn? He's got the Dark Shadows. He's got Latent, which we'll probably see pretty early if he thinks he's going to have an attack turn. Also, Lineage is actually good defensively here too because it's got a lot of buffs from your opponent's side for the damage. So you can
Yeah.
make things very blockable. It's not just for offense versus a Nomo. But yeah, with uncommitting his character a lot, man, he is going through this deck very fast. Look at that. He might deck out, if this keeps up, if he's playing
Uh,
defensive.
yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think the deck out is happening with just as many times, but that's cycling. You gotta be careful what cards get removed from game off that cycle.
You got to keep track of how your ratios change,
Yep.
because you've already you've already had more foundations than attacks. Usually it's more than your momentum isn't at least a third of your foundations. So your deck's attack heavy. And then if you take out even more foundations, you're just going to be checking attacks. But looks like we've got the latent flipping here, so that will force ourselves to do the shuffle and remove 10.
And I'm definitely trying to keep a eye on and see exactly what's gonna get launched into the remove from game zone here, because that's 10 foundations or there again, actions and yeah, foundations and actions there are gonna be the real scary part there. There's your cut, and let's see who gets out. Um,
A pretty even mix.
yep,
Heavy on actions.
heavy on actions. That was 2 Dark Shadows out of the game.
I think two Dark Shadows, maybe an Evil as well. I saw
Yep,
another one in there.
and then 2
Uh,
attacks as well.
yeah.
So,
Uh, Yeah, but it looks like he has another summon he already has in hand. He's willing to play with, and that's smart. When you think you're going to cycle, save one of the cards you need in your discard. One of the erases, one of
mhm,
the summon dark shadows, the things you get back, so that you don't rely on luck because he did remove a bunch of them. Yep, and looks like we're going to ruin over here. No, that is ruin,
yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah.
ruined. Yeah.
Yep. So he's gonna make it so that his actions don't count against him, and the first attack doesn't count against him. So really, the next one he plays is gonna be on a high bonus here. Blocking with
With
what looks like a
Howitzer.
howitzer, but that's okay because the attacks keep coming.
Yep, another Crown Frog. So, again, still very little progressive difficulty in that pool right now.
Yep. You can just keep extending. Nomu's gonna run out of blocks. He's gonna add the plus damage to bring it up past. Hey,
Yep,
Nomu, commit something
and
if you want to block this.
a very big thing, Nomu is on a 6 number right now, I believe. Or is that Tokiami that's on the 18? Am I doing flip-flopped?
But
I
it
haven't
took
flip-flopped.
Yami's on
Nope.
18.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, never mind, I haven't flip-flopped, so never mind. I was gonna say, because 18 is a very scary number for a Nomu. You don't wanna be
Yes.
on a multiple 6.
No, if Nomu was on an 18 already, this might have been a kill to him, but he's just slowly chipping him down. Looks like he's gonna throw everything in the trash and, he doesn't have Cool Student, he doesn't have any momentum outlets right now. So that one momentum I mean, he's got the 1 damage that you saw, and we've got the
Yeah,
extra stun.
and I think
So,
you're gonna use that 1 momentum to gain stun 2 on your next range attack.
yeah.
Signature right swing coming down, so we're
Nomu
gonna get
also
some.
expanding his options.
Yeah. And looks like Tokoyami really just wants to get that shadow back in hand.
Tokiyomi's like, listen, this is going to be decided by damage. I don't care if I cycle twice. Come on,
Yep.
give me all the power every turn. I can't afford to miss a single iota of life.
And again, as you said, it's gonna be great on blocks too. So like
Yeah.
being able to go ahead and use it for that +3 skill hack, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, that card that doesn't have progressive, the Cornfrog Takedown, has brought so much life into Toki into being able to untap himself. So he can get extra pullbacks. He can get extra commit himself. He can you can just check him for a block. Just really opened up a world of, hey, every turn I'm gonna commit myself, uncommit myself, commit myself.
Yep.
Is
Looks to be first day of class also got committed and then immediately flipped to re-ready itself. So the
Mhm.
next check's gonna get a +2 on it as well. So Nomu definitely indicating there's another punch in hand happening. And that is Berserker Blow, I believe?
No, I think that's an XR Merciless.
Oh, could be the XR, you're right.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
that's XR Merciless.
that is an XR Merciless. That's a pretty card.
Yep, they're pretty when the backgrounds shine through the text box. But yeah, so it looks like it didn't even need the bonuses to check. Really, it checks on a 5 versus Tokiyami. But gonna go ahead and add that. So it's a 4 high for 5 right now.
Yeah, and basically just gonna be saying, hey, if you do block this, something's getting lost too. We're destroying something from you.
Yeah, the people lose that. Oh, it's a 4-5 from 5, maybe 4, but blocking it hurts. Do lose a foundation, but it's something you have to do.
Yep.
Um, Looks like it was only a half block too at
Yep.
this time.
Which is it reduces the damage and saves your foundation, so you're
It
good
is
there.
breaker 1 as well, right?
Yep.
So
Super regen and an apathetic coming down. Apathetic is going to be very strong right now. Just to once again,
there's
as you were saying, lineage is such a big deal in this deck. I think lineage is going to get flipped very quick.
mhm.
Looking at the last two cards in hand, deciding if you want to push the envelope a little bit further for one more.
Although it really looks like he's gonna be able to block, but not a high attack. So I think if you had a high attack, maybe you push it through,
Yeah.
but you'd commit out and he'd just wail on you. And 23 is not safe. I mean, well, it is 4 attacks and there is a regen, so you do need 5. If you can't actually block anything, if you tapped out on that,
Yep. Nope. I think the safer answer is just to stay there, build up, and
and they're playing it well, but look at he doesn't have that many cards left in the deck. We're going for
yeah,
the second cycle. I know you said it's
Nomu.
unlikely we're going for, and it is unlikely, right? We're gonna finish this with damage, but it's not so far off from cycling one more time. All right, so there's our heat. I think he's got the 6.
Nomu definitely could pull a good old fashioned mill strategy and just let let Tokiyami eat
Yeah,
himself.
if he just went build 3, hold 2, or build 2, hold 3 a bunch of turns,
Yeah.
and tried to get his super regens, there's a chance.
Frigid Heat Wave coming down though, so we know there's a couple
Yeah,
more
it's
cards going to be in
apathetic and
hand.
it does indeed target the lineage. Uh, but here's the damage boost. 1, 2. Oh no, this is the
That's Tokiyami. Yep.
Tsukiyami. Once we went past 3, we knew.
Yep.
Drawing back to hand, gonna increase it.
Do you
Yep.
have enough cards in your deck to damage boost right now?
The answer is yeah. Go ahead, cycle. He
Yeah,
already
and
used
it
the
looks like Evil
Tsukiyami,
Gaze
right?
is coming down, so one of the foundations is going to get destroyed here. We know that there's going to be a block here. Looks like they're gonna both Evil Gaze. All right, if you block it, I'll destroy one of yours too. This seems fun. They're just both giving each other the stink eye over there.
This is now a staring contest between a bird and a thing with a beak. Not quite a bird. Is Nomo kind of has a beak? Is he technically I know he's not technically a bird, but can we classify him as a bird?
I mean, there are
Is
definitely Nomos with wings and definitely Nomos with beaks. I'm gonna say he's a bird. I'm gonna.
This is a bird off right now.
Yep, this is the bird off. This is the bird off that our tech support Desmu wanted the entire time. And there we go. There's cycle number 2. So at this point, the the remove from game pile is almost exactly the same as the deck size now. That's frightening. I have a message from tech support, everyone. The that bird is the word, and I am legally obligated by tech support to say that, much to my digression.
We've got Sneaky Bird versus Buff Bird. But looks. I mean, there's plenty of attacks, right? Like this turn has barely started. This could still finish on damage right here, and that's what he's hoping.
Agreed.
That's why he's willing to go down because, yeah, if he starts checking too much, he's got maybe a turn left before he cycles one more time. It just gets faster and faster. But I gotta imagine he's going for the win this turn. He's got enough foundations.
Enough foundations, enough cards in hand. I 100% agree. I think this is, and we know Nomu is blocking here, so Nomu's going to
Right,
go
but
down to 0 cards in hand and is going to have to Nomu block for the rest of the
yeah.
turn. They're both going to lose a foundation, which is, going to be sad, but eh, at this point, because Tokoyami has to do just what, 4 more attacks right now? Yeah, 4.
Right now, it could be 4 full damage attacks because he's got the super regen, so it goes up to 24, but then 6, 6, 6, 6.
Yep. So there we go. We got, I mean, a couple things on the block, but again, not the end of the world because something's going to get destroyed anyway. Only able to full block 2. The super regen is being destroyed, which is again the right call there.
Because he's the
And
attacker, yep, the super gen, he doesn't need to do all sixes now, but
yep,
it's still 4 attacks.
signature right swing coming out to cycle a couple cards in hand to see if we can pull some more attacks out.
Actually, it's not. It's 3 attacks if they're big enough because he can only commit 2 things to stop. He's
That's
only got
true.
2 readies,
Yeah,
so
he's got one ready foundation and one ready Nomu.
yep, so 6 gets to 12, and then the last one just has to be 9.
Yep. Just a 9, just 9 damage.
Well, here's the thing though, if any of them are less than 9, he lets that one through.
Yeah.
Um,
Which seems to be the case here. That's the first let through.
yep, and so now he's, he 3 attacks away. Can you do 3 attacks on this though? There's no ignoring progressive right now. Oh, I don't know if he's got 2 more attacks
No,
on
he's down
that.
to 1 now because that's going to be a stun coming right out.
Oh,
So
is it? Oh,
that last foundation is going to get stunned.
yeah.
And that's dealing 8 damage right now. +4 on Ice Wall.
Well, this is Ice Storm. This does not have stun because it's only 4 cost.
Are you? Computer enhance.
Ice
Computer
Wall has
enhance.
Ice Wall has a 5 cost, so can't
Yeah,
do
that's a
that.
5 cost there. That was a 5 cost attack.
That's a 4 cost attack.
No, it's a 5 cost attack.
You're nuts. You're nuts. That's a
I
4
mean,
cost.
I'm trying. It's also a weird color, and I'm really bad at seeing colors. So, all
It is absolutely Ice Storm,
right, I'm gonna trust you,
but he's out of attacks, it
but
looks
he's out of
like.
attacks anyway. So, woo.
All right, so now pray to the RNG gods that Nomu wakes up with Gray.
Yep. Nomu needs scurvy here, or it's a sad
The,
time.
the lack of oranges.
Let's. Nope. Someone went to a fruit stand, found some
I
orange.
mean, you might be able to block 1 attack.
Yep.
Maybe he comes out of here. You might be able to block 2, right? Maybe his second card is, plus ultra, and he's like, bam.
Very fair.
-3 speed coming out, so he's looking to block this, no surprise.
Yep. But everything on his side has been committed now, so
Yep, so this one's blockable and the next one isn't.
yep. But again, I think you have to block this one specific because it's lethal right now.
I think you have to block it. I don't think Nomu has an attack in his deck that isn't lethal. Yeah. Uh,
Looking for something. Now, ooh, he's looking to see if he can cycle more. Frightening.
this
Yep,
is the
gotta
point
try
where
and
you're like,
block.
can I sideboard in more cards and not take any out? No.
Nope.
All right, so we got the block.
Yep.
Oh no, this is still
He
the enhanced step. He was playing this
I
to
was
get plus
playing
3 to the
playing
check.
it for the plus, yeah, playing it for the +3 on the check. So if a block hits, something gets destroyed. Which at this
Yeah,
point,
but the block's likely to hit on this one.
yeah,
I mean, he's likely to block this if he's got the plus
it's
3.
2 speed. I think it's two
Um,
speed right now. All right, block. Something's gonna get destroyed, which is gonna be sad. But here's the other thing too. You got to remember, evil gaze just cost him 2 health.
yeah,
He went from
I mean,
7 to 5.
he knew it was a kill turn. That it's yeah, I don't think 7 to 5 is a big difference. I don't think he was gonna survive the next turn.
True,
I think this turn you go with whatever makes things hit. And I think this attack's gonna do it.
and that's corrosive lunge.
Yeah, that's so well, I can what exactly does this only has 3 and plus 3, so that's not lethal.
Nope. Just takes the damage full through, down to
Yeah.
4 health.
Oh,
And Nomu's out.
oh, uh-oh.
Oh. Oh, Nomu.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this is as down to a wire as a final can get, though. Like,
Yeah, so
and yeah, there's the shuffle. So here's the question. Here's the problem. Does Summon Dark Shadow get removed?
doesn't matter. Y I don't think you play Summon Dark Shadow because it checks too much. I think you just go with number of attacks. If you can play
All the Summon Dark Shadows are out of the deck.
yeah.
They're all
Uh,
out.
honestly,
Unless he had
if
one in
it was
hand.
in, I don't think you play it because you check too much and you might cycle again. I think you've gotta just play straight up, just attack, 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 as long as it's doing 5 damage. Don't worry about it.
Five cards in deck.
Yeah, he can't afford right now to get any extra checks beyond he could do 4 checks, right?
Yep.
So he needs to just attack.
Now we're starting it off with a Crow and Frog.
No draws, no
No.
nothing. Just
And no
check attacks that do 5 damage.
Nomu has to block 2 attacks. So here's the thing. If if 3 attacks check, Tokoyami wins.
Well, that do 5 damage.
Yeah, yeah, but
His character's not committed, so it's not given that they're all doing 5 damage.
fair. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong here.
But it looks like that one got through, and he had one more.
And there it is. Yep. Tokoyami able, with the thinnest of margins, able to push through. Whew. That was game one. That was just game one. Now that both are going to get a chance to sideboard and take a look and see. This, whew.
Yeah, I mean, he was down to it, right?
Yeah.
Whew, yeah. That was knowing how much is if he could live through that extra those last 2 attacks, Tokiyama was gonna cycle and die.
Yep.
There's nothing you could do about it. What a game. Going down to the finals, ending on damage, 4 to 5, the last 2 possible attacks of the game. I mean, the sideboards have to be. I'm not even gonna guess what they're putting in and taking out here.
Nope, not a clue on my end either. Be honest with you.
Yep. I think you probably got a little extra stun. I mean, I think we did see 2 extra stun cards, from the last match. I don't know if those were in the sideboard or not, because the pictures being what they are on,
Yeah, little hard to
the
tell.
yeah, was that the 4 or the 5? But, I think, yeah, he just puts in a little bit extra stun if he can, and, I mean, plays that game as beautifully as that was played,
Yep.
on both sides of it.
I mean, quite literally, it was down to not Nomu would not have killed him. It would have been the deck out. The deck out would have been what actually did the final damage there.
Yeah. I guess depending, right? Like, so if he only played 3 cards, yeah, he wouldn't have had the chance to draw again. So it depends on if he tried to block and checked and then died, or if he just didn't block and took the damage. But man, I mean, you cannot get closer matches than that. That is what we want to see in a final.
Yeah, that is man. The only thing that would make this final better if a coordinated effort would.
No.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to hear Lenoko has been booted from the call.
I was waiting.
Management has
Uh,
decided that will not be tolerated. But no, hello to everybody who's watching this replay because your friends told you about it, because
yeah.
man, that was a game. And I
Wow.
can only imagine this next one's gonna be just as good. They've sideboarded to tune their decks against each other. We saw sideboards on both sides. We have no
Yep.
idea what they are. But
I believe
when you
three
watch them
cards was or 4 cards are sideboarded
yeah,
on Nomu, 2 cards are sideboarded on Tokiami, if I
I
saw
mean, they
correctly.
released the deck list afterwards, so we'll be able to, all go over them together and figure out, what was sided in and out based on what we see in the game, and really tune that strategy. And hopefully somebody, like, I'm sure there's podcasts out there that want to talk to these players and see what hey, what decisions did you make and why? Because
Yeah,
I want to emulate that performance.
yeah. All of the rounds that we've really seen in the top four so far,
Mhm.
just absolutely stunning matches and very good ways of even with some of the decks having some bad luck in some of the matches, being able to pull through some amazing comebacks so far, and yeah, this
I
this
will
is what
say
my hero was about.
I have seen more comebacks today than I have in watching all of the tournaments. Like I have previously. People who were like, "I'm on one foundation," and like, "Oh, they're dead," and then they come back and manage to win it or come close to winning it. There's been so many matches where you think people are dead, but they tenaciously hold on to the defense when everybody's like, "Oh, this game's all attacks," and it's just how much damage you do a turn. But no, they limit it, come back, very smart plays, foundations when they need it, attacks when they need it, and coming back. So this time Nomu is going to get to go first, and we're going to see if that makes all the difference in the world here with the punches come out before Tokiyami can get set up.
Yep. And if you're trying to get your friends into playing this game, show them this top four. Like, show them all. Like, every single match we've seen today has been absolutely fantastic. But this top four is.
First, play a demo game with them so they know they don't just see cards sliding around the table, so they know what's going on. Then, once they understand it, here's a check that might, yep, passes.
It
So
passes there.
Nomu 4 on your first turn with only 5 cards. You got to be happy about that.
And one of those four is Night Watch.
One of those 4 is
Fan.
Night Watch, which is huge.
Mhm. You know
Yep.
what really makes Tokiyami's game plan go really bad? When actions start counting, and you could just turn that off with that
Yep.
Night Watch.
Or when, hey, that first thing that doesn't count for progressive, well, now it does.
Yep, it's counting for progressive now, and it looks to be the same on both sides here. We're just gonna get clean four build out. Taking a look, baby.
Oh,
Going for the
yeah, you gotta
going
get
for the
one more
five.
than Nomu. You gotta get one more than Nomu. If you build the same as Nomu, you're on his level. There's latent, there's let's fight, um, and he's got some gas in him. If you only
Oh,
build
for
4,
sure.
I mean, stuff like this, he'll just come in and wreck you. So he checks a little short, but is willing to commit to. He doesn't need Night Watch just yet. There's no punches coming in. He's fine with those.
And just a free 5 damage right on top. And Tokiami starting to pull.
Wasn't able to find it, looks like, but will commit 2 for the stun,
Yep.
3rd for something.
Uh, Belief
The
Force of
ability
Nature?
Yeah, is he committing that to maybe stop Leighton or to stop Let's Fight?
Probably to stop Leighton. I think if there's one thing you're gonna want to pick here, it's probably gonna be Leighton, honestly.
Yep, so loses 2 for the second option, loses 2 right back because he is not losing a foundation at this point.
Yep.
Interesting note, the second option on this is the only thing that can trigger Keen Observation. The first one will not trigger it because it's a cost and not an effect.
Correct. Speaking
Alright.
of costs, here's another 2 life for +2 speed, and if you block this, you'll still lose the foundation.
Well, neither player has hit each other yet, and we've already done 6 damage.
Yep.
These guys are willing to throw away their life for effects that they can thinking, "Nope, it was not Leighton that he stopped because guess what?
Yeah.
Leighton's being
Leighton
used
just
right
popped
now."
through.
So Let's Fight is what he was worried about because that would give it the +2 speed, although it seems to already have +2 oh, no, because of Evil Games, yep.
Yeah, Evil
So
Gaze gave it the +2
he
speed.
could put it to unblockable, basically. But nope, instead fails to block, and that's gonna be a sweet 10
Yeah.
early on.
And
Ooh,
missing out on the breaker. Missing that breaker too is gonna be huge here.
yeah. He does avoid getting something destroyed, but this is a good position for Nomu to be in. He needs to hit with 1 attack.
Yep. And any attack that Nomu plays down right now is
Everything's gonna
pure
go.
death.
Yeah. I think he's almost wishing he gave up the foundation and was at 10 health, because then there's some he could let through.
Yeah.
Now to be fair, if Tokiami is committed, he can survive some attacks by giving the minus.
And Nomu only has 5 foundations up, and I don't believe any cards in hand at the moment. Looks to be empty hand there. So Nobu's taking whatever damage is gonna get thrown at him, with the exception of it being higher than 6. You know?
The question is that 31 damage coming in right now?
Yeah, and I don't not committing 2 on the first attack. Checking a 3 early.
Now it is non-progressive.
Flipping over latent skill, so another 2 draw cycle. So looking for the attacks, looking for something.
I
Could be
mean,
attacks, could be a summon. A lot of options here.
yeah, but he needs 6 attacks.
Yep.
That
Using
that are all
Tokiyami.
6.
And there was a summon Dark Shadow, so we finally have two summon Dark Shadows actually got milled off that 5. But
Yeah. So you gotta get him to low 20s this turn, and then still survive a 7 foundation Nomo.
yeah.
That has momentum, and let's not forget, half of his attacks have EX2.
Yep.
And the Let's Fight is still up, so he's got +4 to whatever attack he wants, even without Evil Gaze. Not
Yep.
whatever,
And
but initially.
Nomu's just happy to take that damage. He's all
Yeah.
right. That's fine.
This is
All
why
right,
I
there we go.
came to
Much better
35.
check and some more cycling. So
Giving up an attack. He knows stun's not gonna do much here.
yeah.
He just doesn't have the number of attacks for stun to matter.
Yeah, damage is gonna sleep on through. Just if it's less than 6, why commit anything? Another non-progressive card, but having to tap 3 things, yeah. Again, thankfully here, not gonna be counting towards progressive, so still only actually 1 card in the card pool. But
I don't know if it's gonna be enough, though.
I don't know if you're gonna push through that much
Like,
damage.
are you gonna be able to play 2 foundations and still block?
I
no
mean, depends on
attack.
how if there's enough attacks in his hand that ignore progressive. Is that
Oh, that's the end of it.
ruin? That is
Yeah,
definitely
but
the end of it,
he's
though.
tapped out.
Yeah,
He's tapped
yeah,
out. He's got, ruin itself counts for progressive. The signature counts up for progressive. He'd need a 3 really to have any chance, a 3 attack to have difficulty attack to have any chance of passing it.
yeah.
And those aren't known for doing 6 damage. I suppose theoretically he could summon Dark Shadow on a +2, check that, and then hit another attack.
Yeah, I think you could
But
get some. You could
1
do
more at
one summon
most.
Dark Shadow, but I think that's the right answer. Is you just say, okay, well, we're at 10. Yep, gonna do best to try and build something there.
Yep. Hold your cards, hope he has real low speed, and hope he doesn't get his attacks.
Yep.
Because,
Debating if he wants to put one into momentum or not, just in case. Yep,
always
one
good in
into
case he
momentum.
wakes up with the extra stun, but this is a turn we has to get lucky, but it looks like Nomu just saw attacks, and,
Yeah, and
I think this is the Berserker Blow based on the
I believe
low.
so. Yep.
Um, it's ha this Nomu here, I've also noticed, is very hard to hold specific block zones against. He's got highs, he's got lows,
I got a little bit
m
of everything.
slightly more high,
It's
but
thankfully a full block, but whoo.
that
Or
wouldn't
no,
that
not
wouldn't
using
be
it
a
as a
full
block,
block.
using it for the +3. Okay,
Yeah,
never
he's
mind.
using a +3. That would not be a full block.
I was
It's
gonna
mid.
say, yeah, I was like looking, I'm like, wait, no, that's a low attack. That's not how that works.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, using Summon Dark Shadow for that plus, just to give him a little bit more mileage on this.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he has to block this, and he's hoping it's the only attack, but there is agitation on the board. He showed an action card of some sort. I didn't catch what it was.
I think it was Evil Gaze because he just gave it 2 speed,
Yeah,
and that's
and
it.
that's that.
That's Evil Gaze putting it right above where it wouldn't be able to block it. So we're on to
Awesome.
a game 3. However,
Wow.
again, Tokoyami being right in the spot where Tokoyami wants to go first. That's where he's most effective at.
Well, but now
So
now here's an interesting thing. The person who went first lost both times.
not wrong. Did you
Uh,
unsideboard here? Did you go, well, my sideboard didn't really help me here? Like,
no, you might change it a little, but I think you trust what you did. You say, if my luck changes, if a different attack goes out, um, you do what you do. But
yeah.
yeah,
Carson deciding to leave. Just he's had enough of the game. He's out of here. Probably just walking to go get a drink or something.
my stress
Um,
levels are too high. I mean, these guys have been here for, what, 9 hours at
eight
this
nine
point?
hours now.
You're
Yep.
gonna need a bathroom break, you're gonna need a good glass of water, it's the finals.
Yeah.
Just get a drink real quick don't go
And
into the
this is the
final.
final game of final. We're at game 3 now. So
Yeah, we're at
like,
game 3, the
whew.
finals. A lot of games have been going to game 3, and this is just showing you too that the mulligan rule is kinda working. Like, we've seen people wanna go first a lot, but we've seen people going second absolutely winning.
Mhm.
And it's not just the better deck or the better player, right? It's not like, oh, they could overcome the first advantage. These are the, first and second in the tournament. Amazing decks, amazing players that have gone back and forth that have both won going second. But no,
Wait, no, I was gonna say, yeah, Noah went
okay.
first there.
I'm looking at chat. I got it backwards. I'm sorry. I have also been here for 9 hours.
Yeah, we also been here for
So
now. And
never mind.
Restart came in on a whim. And I don't know because Restart doesn't do a lot of streaming and stuff here. I pulled a favor. I was like, hey, that's sent me a message. We need a streamer.
Yep,
I
the
needed someone to help.
Tokoyami won the first one when he was. Yep, never mind. Yep, we're with you, chat, but you're like 10 seconds behind us, so we're gonna hear this about 7 more times
Yeah, it's
before.
true.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, they're more than 10 seconds behind us. There. That stream. All right, I'm gonna raise my hand and I'm gonna put my hand back down. We're gonna see how long it takes. 1, 2, 3. I'm not on stream. It doesn't matter.
You're not
3,
on. Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, first play advantage we knew was still real, but I would say that these games were so close that it didn't. I wouldn't say it's an insurmountable lead.
We're about 40 seconds behind the stream. We're almost a minute behind. Well, that's stream delay. That way, in case someone's watching, they can't. What's League of Legends stream delay again? If you know off the top of your head, was it 3 minutes or something like that?
Yeah. Well, the last I was involved with League of Legends streaming, it was the length of a ward,
Yeah,
which
so
was
3 minutes.
about three
Yeah.
minutes. Um, so whatever you saw was already gone. If you saw a ward be placed, it would be gone by the time you actually saw it.
Okay.
Was
So we're
was
we're
the
not
least
we're not
amount
that
of it.
bad at delay, but we're close.
Mm. I mean, they don't advertise as live either, right? Like they're
Yeah, fair.
it is definitely a delayed stream. We're not either, but we're as live as streaming to a stream can be.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, chat. Well, YouTube video tracks might have latency. There's additional latency until it gets to streaming to YouTube because of the way we're streaming to a stream, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
kinda we're about 40 seconds behind. Again, not terrible. Like, don't get me wrong here. But alright. That being said though, we are on game 3 of the finals for Red Riot's March 1K. Let's get some hype. Chat, who do you guys think is gonna win? Post your predictions now.
yeah, before we decide if Tokiyami's going to his third mulligan or not. Oh,
So yeah, I mean to go to the
the
third
odds
mulligan.
have changed. We have changed the
Oof.
betting odds.
Vegas locks have changed.
Tokiyami
um,
had one foundation and six attacks, and he's gonna magically play them all and win.
but both sides doing mulligans. Nomu also doing a partial. So
I will say I miss the second player being able to attack on their first turn. Not for any balance reasons. I think that's actually a little unbalanced. Um, but because I like playing Mina and just randomly checking a six and throwing, a amazing attack out when they have,
chat chat can't see my head shaking right now, but no, nope, not a fan. I'm very happy the rule changed. I'm
yeah.
glad.
Yeah, it was kind of unfair to certain attacks to just be like certain people could safely play attacks turn two randomly,
Yep.
and it wasn't. It was luck based. So Tokiyami finding plenty of foundations here. Four. That was his, lucky number in the first game.
And looking like Nomu definitely getting the extra card there. Not forgetting that. Probably gonna
Layton's
play
what
down
he
3.
Layton's what he wants to see.
Yep. There's a
Um,
fight bad guys. Leighton's skill looks like an agitation.
will he get the four?
And
He's gonna commit no move for it.
yep.
I mean, so theoretically, here's the thing. While Tokiyami builds up pretty good, he doesn't just have instant speed buffs. He has more attack buffs than speed buffs.
Mhm.
So he's still very blockable, even if you don't have your Nomu ability up for at least the first attack. We'll see though if he's able to slam something in for slightly higher than six because of the committing of the character.
I mean, there's two stronger darknesses down there, so is you're gonna commit. You're gonna commit out, play your 5. Probably gonna get your summon dark shadow. Drawing 1 for your first enhance off of calling for backup.
Yeah, if you can summon Dark Shadow and get a second attack, and he's got one in the yard already, it
Yep.
looks like. Um, Evil Gaze coming out, so we'll see. It looks like he definitely wants to block this first one.
Oh, very much so. I very much would not
Yeah, he's going
not
to
want to see
punish him
that.
for trying to take advantage of the Tab Noma, which is absolutely what he should do.
Yep.
But he's going to get this Summon Dark Shadow back. He's going to play it, and he's going to say, "You tapped out. I got to do what I got to do. I got to get this damage in there."
Yep. But again, you're very right though on the speed side. It's gonna get +1 speed, or technically -1 speed,
Yeah, so
because
it's
Evil
gonna
Gaze
be
took
a
it down
minus
too.
one because of evil gaze, unless he has his own evil gaze or you know. Um, looks like he's just sending it. He's not actually playing the summon dark right now.
Yep. No, I mean that makes sense at that point. You know it's gonna get blocked hard. Why waste it, kind of thing? Like make you're gonna make your next check progressively harder.
Well, the next one easier because it's +3 -1, but because one progressive, but +3. But he's doing the same attack
Yep,
again.
going down again. So that makes more sense then. Yeah, you still have no progressive difficulty there, so you're still checking on base for Crow and
You're checking
Frog.
on a 5, and if you do commit something, you can uncommit it.
Yep.
But didn't need to. Gonna go ahead and commit your character. Get this out.
Yep. And Togami's next card is gonna get the +3 there, where
Yeah.
he didn't need to have +3
And
on the Crow and
once he
Frog.
does all the stuff he can do, he can uncommit Tokiyami.
Yep.
But no, it looks like he's gonna continue there. He wants him to stay committed for the extra damage, I guess.
Which is completely fair. Well, because it's also gonna give Stronger in Darkness that'll
Yes.
trigger as well.
Yeah, it's
So
basically +3 damage on everything, which
yep.
is, your character's committed, why not? Yep, so he's really slamming this turn,
Ooh, another one there too. Yep. That's
because he's got +3 to this. It only actually has 1 progressive on it.
yeah, and Nomu can't. Like, if it's above 6, this is the shot you take. If it's above 6, they're
Yeah,
taking damage there, and
it's
look,
coming
like,
with
exactly how it's working. Ooh, that's
it's coming in with +5 damage and +2 speed, right?
yeah.
Free capabilities on everything. Um, the power of the Tokiyami.
Yep.
Does he have it? Does he have it?
He's got the check, and that's it. That's game.
What? The end
Oh,
to look at the cards played on that
committing
turn.
committing Nomu. That's
Committing
it.
Nomu ended that game. He thought he wanted the extra foundation, and Bird showed him what Bird does when the roulette wheel hits.
Oh,
I
and
cannot
just
believe